So today's lecture is the fourth and final lecture of this summer series. And don't forget, this is the introduction to metaphysics. So at the end of today's lecture, I will actually introduce a proposed metaphysics curriculum. Okay, this is like a matriculation level for the actual curriculum itself. So I'd like to share with you my concept of what the metaphysics curriculum should consist of. But today's main topic is consciousness level quantified. And that's a very interesting concept. We are now ready to accept such abstract concepts such as consciousness. How can we quantify it? Well, because we're equipped with the skills from lecture 1, we're now ready to quantify abstract things. And that's important because when we talk abstract, it's very hard to convey what we're trying to say. But once we can quantify something, all of a sudden we have a hierarchy, we have levels, and we'll be able to put things in systematically so that we can express the totality, a very complex picture, and explain it in very clear terms. Today's lecture is also dedicated to the memory of the Venerable Xiao Chuan. Now, I want you to give me your immediate reaction to this. There is an old street bump in the street corner of your upscale neighborhood. When you see that, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay? I want you to remember your own reaction to this bump on the street. Okay? So make a mental note of what your reaction is. All right? You've done that? Okay? Everybody's done that? How do you feel when you see this bump? We've all seen this, right? So just be honest with yourself. Don't tell me what you think. All right? Don't tell me. Just make a mental note of how you react to this reality. Okay. So I've asked for your reaction, and then I'm going to list a series of reactions so you can find which one that matches my reaction, okay? And when you see the statement that matches your reaction, I want you to make a mental note of the statement number. And I also want you to look at each statement, and those statements that you agree with, or you also have reacted like that before, I want you to also make a mental note that, oh yes, this statement I understand. Oh, this I have reacted that way before. Or I agree. Or I may not agree, but I understand how that reaction comes about. Okay? So number 1, what is your immediate reaction? Number 2, those statements that you can understand or sympathize with. Okay? So the first is, what a dirty, disgusting, disgraceful sight. It's bump. Okay? So you may disagree with this reaction, but do you understand why people will feel that way? The second one is, he is to be blamed for his condition. Okay? And try to see if you can understand why some people will react that way, even though you may not react that way. Or maybe some time ago you thought about, this person do not deserve my charity. He is responsible for his own condition. Right? Something, if you think you can understand what the statement Whoops. Whoa. Number 3 is society can't do anything about homelessness. Okay, so that's statement number 3. Number 4 is, what a tragic sight. Friendliness, the person is forlorn meaning sad, pitiful, despondent. Number 5, he looks threatening. The social menace, better call the police, get him out of here. And I had a friend who did call the police. Why doesn't somebody do something? So statement number 6. Again, this might not be how you reacted, but if you can understand where these people can make a mental note of that. Number 7. It could be violent. I'm really mad that such horrible conditions exist in our country today. Number 8. He's an embarrassment, or this person lacks the self-respect to better himself. Number 9. I wonder if there's a local homeless shelter where we can put this person in. So continuing, number 10. This old man looks okay. Live and let live. He doesn't bother me, I won't bother him. After all, he's not hurting anyone. Number 11. Maybe we should go down and see what he needs. Maybe buy him a cup of coffee or give him a couple of bucks. Oops. Or maybe I should volunteer some time at the local shelter, soup kitchen or something. Reaction number 12. Intriguing. This old man probably has an interesting story. He is where he is for reasons we may never understand. 13. This is a symptom of the current economic and social malaise. Or perhaps a good subject for in-depth psychological study. Maybe he's a little bit not all up there. Find out. 14. Hey, you know what? This old man has transcended social limits and he's free. Looks like a joyful old guy with the wisdom of age on his face and the serenity that comes from indifference to material things. He doesn't even care about food, home, lodging. He's just a free soul. This old man could have been me. I could have been this person. It's just, my fortune, my life turned out this way, his turned out this way, but I could be me, he could be me. He is our own self revealed in a temporary expression. Could be anybody. And finally, you know what? He's a perfect and beautiful bump. For a bump, he is. It's just absolutely perfect the way. Okay. So, have you, among the 16, have you caught at least one which similar to what your reaction was, your first reaction? And then have you captured those statements that you can understand? And there might be some that you don't understand or disagree with. Okay? Now you might think this exercise is crazy. It's not real. It has no bearing on our real life. Well, surprise. This spring in China, someone took a photo of this guy just walking around, homeless street bum, and put it on YouTube. And right away, some new fashion design company caught this image and launched a new trend of clothing based on what this bum was wearing, okay? And this just hit the street like no tomorrow. This is just hot cake, this is the latest fashion. It's the hairstyle, the way the clothes, and then this bundle of strings around it was a fashion statement, okay? And this guy was referred to as the new fashion icon, the beggar prince, the handsome vagabond, and brother sharp. Okay? Sing go, okay, brother sharp. Whatever. Yeah. So this is actually happening, and it's a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, this how we perceive consciousness, how we perceive reality. Okay, this is not just an exercise at the ivory tower. This is real life. How we perceive, how human beings perceive beauty or otherwise. Okay. And hence in here, a very, very important lesson for the concluding lecture. Okay, so all those 17 or 16 some statements, I've listed them on the